on to the Thomas Brightly Cup. The Thomas Brightly Cup came into existence in 1952, and it came because of a very well-known man and a very well-known mountain pony. A gentleman called Tom Jones Evans was a super showman, and of course he had a lovely mountain pony called Groves Brightly that won numerous Section 8 championships here at the Royal Welsh. And in 1952, the Thomas Brightly Cup was given for the most applause from the grandstand to any competitor in the Welsh section, which is the Section A, Section B, Section C and Section D. But over the years that changed, and an officiated judge was asked to do the procedure. So we're going to ask the judge, which is Mr. Eric Davis of the Mice Mynach Stud, that will judge the Thomas Brightly here today. Eric is a very well-known man in the Welsh club world. He has judged at many major Royal Welsh, many major royal shows, and in addition has judged abroad. He became a Welsh Pony and Cob Society Council member, yes, for 23 years, and also chaired the Judges Administration Board. In 2012, Mr. Eric Davies became the president of the Welsh Pony and Cob Society. He breeds at home with his daughter Nicola. He breeds Welsh cobs and partbreds from 43 upwards, selling them in the UK and worldwide. They sell horses for showing as well as dressage, show jumping and eventing. Have also supplied Welsh cobs for the King's Troops and the Metropolitan Police. Mice Mynach Fighting Warrior, under the database for the British breeding, won the top sire of show jumpers in Britain, winning against all other native and continental breeds. Compete at local shows, Eric has always maintained, is very important. And at county shows, as well as the royal shows, having won on all levels. So we welcome Mr. Eric Davis of the Mice Mynach Stud to judge this year's 2024 Thomas Brightly Cup. And as you can see, the 4 sections are here, which is lovely to see. The Section A, which is going along the grandstand at this precise moment. And then the Section B is going along nicely. The next in line to go forward in front of the grandstand will be the Section C. That became champion here today. And then, lastly but not least, the Section E.
Ar yr un pryd, felly, yn y prif gylch, mae gyda ni beirniad pencampwriaeth dan gyfrwy. We also have simultaneously happening on the members' side of the main ring, the Royal Welsh Ridden Championship. And we do welcome our judge into the ring, Ms. Vicky Hesford, Class Newydd Farm, Swansea. Again, a Welsh judge and a very, very familiar face in the showing world. She was dual champion at Hoyes in 2015. She was hack champion at Walton Forgery and cob champion at Randlestone, Musketeer. The horsewoman at heart through and through. She is also her partner, Andrew Davis, is also a show jumper of international acclaim and both work extremely hard with the horses in the area. In 2019, she also won the coloured horse section points with Red Rock III. Please, ladies and gentlemen, give a warm welcome to Vicky Hesford. For the Ridden Championship at the Royal Welsh, all written exhibits that have been judged from the Monday through to the Thursday are eligible to compete for this championship. And judging will be moving ahead, and my other colleagues will be letting me know when they are individually judged which one is actually being looked at and which section champion they may be.
And as you can see, the Section D from yesterday, George, Prince of Wales winner, is coming forward to be overlooked by the judge. And she's the largest of the Welsh breeds, which is the Section D. Section C, which is nearest to it, is the smaller, it's a pony of hog type. And then you've got the wonderful riding type of the Section Bs. And then the smallest of the Welsh breeds in the Section A.
In the ridden side of the ring, the aim of the ridden championship was to look for the champion horse or pony from each of the following breeds, which are eligible to compete: the Welsh Mountain Pony in the saddle, the Welsh Pony in the saddle, Welsh Cob, and Welsh Pony Cob type in the saddle. In addition to the ridden hunters, which is riding ponies, little cobs, the lead ring of first riddens, both the Welsh and platted, the ridden M&Ms, Palominos, coloured horses and ponies, show hunter ponies, working hunter ponies, trekking and ride safe, both the side-saddle equitation and concourse, and the retraining of the racehorses ridden pathway. All of these are eligible to compete if they so wish to come forward to the championship. But you must bear in mind that many of these sections were judged during the week, from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and not just today. And very many of them were judged down in the horse ring with excellent entries throughout all sections.
And you can see that the judge is Thomas Breitlinker from the north side of the main ring, being judged by Mr. Eric Davies of the Mice Minister. When he was asked what he was looking for, this was his lovely answer: I'll be looking for a horse with a correct conformation that covers the ground well. And that's what is happening at this moment. The Section C, which is in front of the judge, is walking away from the judge and will be trotting back towards him to look for that correctness.
Ar ochr marchogaeth y gyfrwy fel gwelwch chi, mae'r beiriad yn edrych ar sut mae'r cyffynnau yn mynd ei gilydd. The ride judge is assessing the equines being ridden as they ride together. They will walk, trot and canter each rein. They are currently on the right rein, cantering around the ring. The judge will also be requesting them to change rein and canter on the left, in order to see how they compare with one another and how they look together. After this, each will be pulled in. It is likely any order, and will be requested to give an individual show and be assessed again on that individual way of going.
And in front of the Thomas Brightly now is, for the judge, is the section B that will make its way to walk away from the judge and trot back yet again. This section was completed just only this afternoon, and here is the section B champion of 2024 Royal Welsh.
As you can see in the written section, they are now changing the rein, going across the diagonal, as it is said, and usually extending the trot for the judge to see, and they will strike off on the left rein and go around the ring on the left rein encounter. The judge who is very likely to assess their way of going, their balance, are they going equally balanced on both reins? And of course, an experienced judge, just as if he has heard, will have a keen eye for all of these elements.
And in the Thomas Brightly, the judge will be looking for the same type of movement from all four sections, because they are, as you know, they are Welsh, and they're all got to have the same attributes. And it's lovely to see four champions in their own sections, and that's why this Thomas Brightly Cup is very, very well liked at this Royal Welsh. This was the mountain pony that is going in front of the judge at the moment. She was the Section 8 champion from yesterday.
Sorry, you just look after it. John.
She will just turn around now and will trot back towards the judge.
Gwelwch chi mae'r ceffylau yn gyfrwy. Mae gyfyniad fan wedi dod i mewn unrhyw drefn felly, ac yn symud yn ôl i gefn y cylch mwyn sicrhau bod digon o le i ddangos i sioe unigol. As you can see, the written section have been pulled in any order, and they've been requested to move back to the back of the ring so that there is sufficient room for them to do their individual show at the front.
So the first horse to do its individual show is the Welsh Cob and the Saddle Champion. So this section was judged here in the main ring on Monday. So the Welsh Cob is of course one of the Welsh breeds, should exceed 32 hands, but does not have an upper limit. The Welsh Cob, that is also of course often known as the Section B within the stud book, is aptly described as the best ride and drive animal in the world. They are known for their character, strength, hardiness and agility.
And as you can see in the Thomas Brightly ring competition, the judge has asked all four of the animals to turn to their sides, that the judge can see these animals from every direction. And that is a wonderful thing to do, because you, the people in the grandstands, also see them from front, from back and from side. And as you can see, the largest is the Section D, the one in front of the Section D is the Section C, and then you've got the Section B, and the smallest of the Welsh breeds is Section A. And I'm sure that the judge has had a very, very, very good look at these animals, and might be very close to a decision. Well, I was right. He is very close to the decision, because the hat has been pulled off. So who will be the Thomas Brightly winner of 2024? And it goes to the Section A. It really goes to the Section A, which is owned by Catherine Owen and the family down there in Crumfwell. So the Thomas Brightly winner of 2024 is the Section A, number 248 in your catalogue, owned by Catherine Owen of the Crumfwell Stud down there in Pembrokeshire, and the pony is called Crumfwell Blue Lucy. Congratulations, and in reserve it goes to the Section C, owned by the Bath family down there in Abergavenny, with the number 657, Abergavenny Rosie O'Neill. Congratulations to you both, and also congratulations to the other two for a wonderful display in front of this grandstand.
And in the Ridden Championship, we now have the champion Ridden Hunter doing its individual show, and these were judged here in the main ring on Monday. So a Ridden Hunter should have plenty of limb, a good uphill ride, and should be able to travel and gallop and cover the ground well. So the champion here is from the middleweight class, and a middleweight show hunter mare or gelding should exceed 158 centimetres and be capable of carrying 12 stone, 7 pounds, and not exceeding 14 stone.
And the award has been presented in the Thomas Brightly ring here, on the north end of the arena. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank the judge, Mr. Eric Davies of the Miceman Ascot, for judging so confidently in this section. And also we would like to thank the sponsors, Telescope from SOT. And representing was Telescope was Theo Rees. So we thank Telescope for presenting. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, give a wonderful applause for these wonderful two ponies. The Section A, Crumfwell Blue Lucy. And in reserve, Abergavenny Rosie O'Neill. Well done. A wonderful answer here.
Diolch yn fawr, wir Mr Harris, Mr Harris am sylwebaeth, a mae'n diolch i'n fawr i cwmni Telescope am noddi. Telescope has built a reputation for high quality programming and with expertise, documentaries, specialist factual and fashion entertainment. And thank you to Fiona Rees for representing them here in the ring today. we now have forward our coloured champion from the ribbon-coloured section. In the colours, in the full section, they can be native and traditional types and hog-cobs. Plus, they can have, there's a platted section where you have platted what we call non-natives. So they can be different variations of colour. You're not judging the colour, you're actually judging the conformation of the horse and their performance. So particularly in the native sections, they're looking for very active movement with a bit of knee movement, and this can be, they can be part-bred Welsh particularly in this section as part-bred native. And then the traditional horses, they have a lot more feather. So in the natives they tend to have more shorter feather, and then the traditionals have a lot of feather, and it's very important to the breed standards how much feather they do have. And then in the platted sections we tend to look for more quality and more of a riding pony or riding horse type. Felly, dyna beth sy'n digwydd nesaf. Next, we will be moving on to the in-hand championship and the Price Family Championship, which will be held on the BBC side of the main ring. So we'll give the champions of the Welsh sections a breather, and then we wait for all the qualifying in-hand exhibits to come through.
So the next pony to make its individual show is the champion of the Welsh ponies of cob type in the saddle. And this section was judged first thing on Monday morning here in the main ring. This section is judged on a point system and a variety of riding and conformation points, and judged as a riding horse at a walk, trot, canter and gallop. So the Welsh ponies of cob type, which are also often known as the Section C within our stud book, the Welsh stud book, should not exceed 32 hands. The Welsh Section C is the stronger counterpart of the Welsh pony, but with cob blood. The Section C is a dual-purpose animal, is very active, is very hardy and has many purposes for both adults and children, which explains really why they are such a popular section within our Welsh stud book for all spurs.
Dechrau felly yn ochr y BBS. Commencing now in the BBC side of things, we have the in-hand championship. And we give a very warm welcome to our judge, Mr John Newborough, Moat Cottage, Lincolnshire. Croeso lawr I chi yma i'r tribunal. Very warm welcome to you to judge the in-hand championship as well as the Horse of the Year Show Price Family Supreme In-Hand Champion Qualifier 2024. Mr John Newborough has indeed judged at this show a few times before now, but never has he had the invite to judge the Price Family Qualifier and the Royal Welsh In-Hand Championship. He is a breeder, and he also race horses, and used to his prefix in the Irish drafts is the ghostly Lees. It's an Irish draft prefix, and which was handed down to him from his grandparents in Derbyshire. He's still at the grand old age, in his 80s I should say, he still has 3 brood mares and foals, and also has a stallion, a true horseman, ladies and gentlemen, here in the ring. He has judged twice, the Royal Dublin 4 times, and many other royal shows. He's a panel judge for the Irish Drafts, the Sport Horse GB, and also an association inspector for the grading of mares and stallions. So ladies and gentlemen, please give a very warm welcome to Mr. John Newborough to judge the In-Hand Supreme.
Now we have out our part-bred champion. Now the part-bred section, we had very good entries forward, and they can be a part-bred of a number of different breeds. So they can be a part-bred Dartmoor, a part-bred Welsh, a part-bred Connemara, a part-bred Forest, a part-bred Cleveland Bay, a part-bred Arab, and a part-bred Irish Draft. So when judging these, you can have a multitude of different types of animals because they couldn't be part-bred from any of those breeds at all. So it's quite a difficult class to judge. They all have to give a show and a performance, and their conformation is assessed. So this pony here is called a part-bred Welsh.
Felly beth yn union yn edrych am pencampwriaeth mewn llaw sioe yn Unol Cymru? The eligibility therefore for the Royal Welsh In-Hand Championship is judged by Mr. John Newborough at the moment. And the object is to find in-hand a horse or pony champion. And the qualifying breeds are eligible to compete are quite numerous. You have the Welsh ponies and cobs, all sections A, B, C, D. We have the breeding, as you want to ponies breeding, riding ponies breeding, Welsh Parkers, Shetlands, in-hand Palominos, in-hand colours of horses and ponies, sport horses and shire horses. The competition for the Royal Welsh In-Hand Champion and the Supreme In-Hand Prize Qualifier will be judged simultaneously. If the winner of the Royal Welsh In-Hand Champion is also able to qualify for the prize in hand, it will be the same pony. However, with regards to the prize championship, the difference is the eligibility to compete. The heavy horses, that is the Shire in this case, is not eligible to compete in the Price Family Hoys Championship, and neither is the champion in the respective section if he or she has already qualified for Hoys in 2024. If this is the case, or the champion is ineligible, then the reserve champion can come forward if eligible and not already qualified. In the event of a horse or pony having been awarded more than one section championship show, they will represent more than all sections. The qualification will not pass down to the reserve in the second and subsequent sections. So we will see who the winner of the in-hand will be, and whether they will also take the Price Family Hoys qualifier.
So we now have forward in the ridden section the Mountain Moorland Ridden Championship from this morning. This is a very hotly contested class that this winner came forward through from the section D. There were 44 entered. So this morning we had Welsh A's, Welsh B's, Welsh C's and Welsh D's, and they were all judged using marks. They had 50 marks for confirmation and 50 marks for way of going. And the section D class was the biggest of all with 44. So it's a very sought after class, very big entries, because the winner, or one of them, goes through to Horse of the Year show. So we had very good entries forward. And this was the champion of that section.
Felly gwelwch chi, mae nifer o sylwyr wedi dod yn hyd i ymgeisio am pencampwriaethau yma. Felly beth sydd yn digwydd wedyn bydd enillydd y pencampwr mewn llaw ac enillydd pencampwr dangyfrwy yn cystadlu'n erbyn ei gilydd yn y prif bencampwriaeth. Ond yn ymuno â hwy hefyd bydd pencampwr y gyrru cael ei feirniadu yma ddoe. So the process, as it will be, ladies and gentlemen, is that the in-hand and prize family Supreme Champion will be coming forward to the Supreme, as well as the Ridden Champion, and joining them will be the Driving Champion, which was judged yesterday in the main ring. And I'll now hand you over to Sarah, who will let us know a little bit more about the Ridden and the in-hand.
So in the ridden section here we have our Palomino champion, and these are very well supported again down at the horse ring. So in the Palomino section they're judged on performance and their colour is considered as well, because obviously it's a coloured class, it's a Palomino class. And you can have a variation of types, so they can be platter type, like a riding pony or ridden horse type, or they can be a cob. So you get a variation of types, so once again it can be quite challenging for the judges to pick out the types that they prefer. And they'll give a show, and then they'll be assessed for confirmation and their colour. This is a very good example of Palomino.
A draw yn y cylch mewn llaw, mae pencampwr yr adran Canru Cymreig yn cael ei dro o flaen y beirniad. So in the in-hand ring, the northern ring, we have the champion of the Welsh part-bred section, having its opportunity to do an individual show for the judge. And this section was judged here in the main ring this morning with some very strong classes. So the Welsh part-bred section are cobs and ponies whose breeding shows not less than 12.5% of registered Welsh blood. So essentially they are a Welsh cross with other breeds. The Welsh part-breds are very popular horses and ponies, as they do make very good and top class performance and show animals. And next, in the in-hand ring, we have the champion Welsh cob. So this section was judged over 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday, concluding with the championships yesterday afternoon. Ac felly dyma ni, bencampwr Cofiau Cymreig yn cael ei chyfle o flaen y beirniad. So the Welsh cob is
our Welsh stud book. They are animals that exceed 13 hands but do not have an upper limit. They are aptly described as the best ride and drive animal in the world and are often known about their character. They're very strong animals with good hardiness and agility in all spheres. So we have forward in the in-hand section. This is the in-hand Palomino champion. And the Palominos are judged on their colour and their combination of wave going and movement. And they can be of any type. So they can be Welsh, they can be ridden, type, platted type. So any type at all. And they're judged purely, and they have to be Palominos to be able to enter. So there's lots of variation of colour within Palominos. Some are paler and some are darker, and that's up to the judge's preference. So now in the ridden section we have our show hunter pony champion. Now the show hunter ponies are, well, there's the traditional riding ponies and then there's the show hunter pony type. And they're supposed to have more bone and be able to carry people across country. They should hopefully enjoy having hopping and fence as well, and they should express a very good gallop. So when we watch this one's performance, we'll see if she has a gallop, but they're supposed to be able to cover the ground and extend, so if you're out across country, it will take you in a very forward propulsion. So in the in-hand section now we have our riding pony breeding champion. Now this came forward from the winner of the broodmare class. So we have the young stock and the broodmare. Now in the riding pony breeding we're looking for a very quality, elegant animal with very good flashy movement, but be able to be four square with enough substance. And this one here is probably about 14-2. They do come in different sections. We have 12-2, 13-2 and 14-2. But they're supposed to catch the judge's eye, have presence, and a very good mover.
Felly wrth i'r beirniadu fynd ynghyd a'r beirniad fel tanwysiadau dros yn ddyle, hoffwn ni ddiolch yn fawr iawn i nodwyr ni ar gyfer y pencampwriaeth ceffyl mewn llawn. As the judging goes ahead, I'd like to thank the sponsors for the Royal Welsh In-Hand Horse Championship, Peter and Cathy Bowler of Cathy Bowler's Financial Services Limited. Have set up the business in 2016 after a career with a high street bank stretching back 30 years. And this has been able to provide independent financial advice to clients. Kath is comfortable to discuss all areas of financial advice and is delighted to be able to offer these services to clients on a truly best-in-market basis. She welcomes the opportunity to meet with clients, new and old, to review their circumstances and establish how to help. And the company is delighted to be able to support the Royal Welsh Show in 2024. Cathy Bowler is also the chair of the Finance Committee of the Royal Welsh, in addition to being one of the board, or member of the board of directors, representing Glamorganshire. Felly diolch yn fawr iawn i'r am noddi pencampwriaeth ceffylau mewn llaw yma heddiw.
In the in-hand here now we have our show hunter pony breeding champion. So this should be of more substance than the riding pony, but yet again it can be a good mover, but be able to carry more substance and have more about it in type. It can be a slightly plainer type. They're often showed, as you can see, in a plain brown band rather than a coloured brown band. Now in the ridden section, we have our Welsh section A under saddle winner. These were judged on Wednesday, and then we had our Welsh section B under saddle as well on the same day, and this was the overall champion. So we now have forward our coloured champion. This is from the native section. So we have non-native and native that compete for the championship. This is from the exceeding 14-2.
The Price Family Supreme Inham Championship, of course, which is the Horse of the Year qualifier. We are very grateful for the sponsorship of the Price family. They have sponsored a toys for 9 years, and the family live in North Essex, but originally from Yorkshire. This year they are sponsoring the Inham Supreme for the 4th year running. The Price family of Darren, Joanne, Jake and Phoebe was the Hoist Supreme in 2016 and champion in 2017 on a 42 riding pony with Enterprise. Phoebe has now successfully progressed into the horsehouses and placed in various classes in Hoys 2022. So that is indeed the Hoys qualifier of the Price family.
So now in the in-hand we have our Hunter Championship champion. Now this champion here came from the 3-year-old class. Now hunters are bred to be able to carry riders across country. They should have plenty of limb, clean quality limb. They don't have to be flashy movers, but they need to be good movers. They need to be a horse of substance, and they need to look uphill and out through the bridle. They need to have good, clean, strong hocks. And as a 3-year-old, you would be looking to see which weight he would finish at. So under saddle, hunters tend to be light, middle or heavyweight, or you do have small hunters at 15-2. Now we have forward our Mountain and Moorland Working Hunter Pony champion. These were competed for this afternoon. So she's hot from the horse ring. With the Working Hunter ponies, they have to jump a course of between 6 and 10 fences. And these are rustic fences, they're not show jumping fences. They have to come from the native breeds. So with the Mountain and Moorlands, they can be Welsh, Connemara's, New Forest, and the small breeds are included as well, such as Shetlands, Exmoors, Dartmoors, and of course your A's and B's. So now in the in-hand section we have our sports horse. So the sports horses, they're looking for potential horses that can do the dressage, show jumping, eventing. So that's where the name sports horse comes from, because it needs to be suitable for a number of different disciplines. They need to be athletic. So we're not perhaps looking the same as a hunter, but they need to have quite a bit of substance. These can be athletic horses, good active hocks, and they don't necessarily have to be big movers. In hand now we have our mini Shetland representative. They were very popular classes here, the Shetland classes. They're always very well supported. So this is obviously a native breed from Scotland.
Ac yn ddilyn y ceffyl yma, ymlaen y beirniad ac yn y bryd mae Pencampwr adran Ferlog o Ddeud Cob. Ac felly ystyrir penodol yma wedi cystadlu yn ei dosbarth dydd Mawrth, ond wedi dychwelyd heddiw ar gyfer y bencampwriaeth. So here we have the champion of the Welsh ponies of Cob type section. She competed here on Tuesday and returned today to take the championship in this section. So the Welsh pony of Cob type, as we know them in section C, animals that should not exceed 13 hands. They are the stronger counterpart of the Welsh pony, but with Cob blood. The section C is a dual-purpose animal, is active and hardy and has many purposes for both adults and children. And this section was a very popular and supported section, judged here in the main ring over 2 days. Ac nawr yn y cylch mewn llaw mae gennym Bencampwr yr adran B. So now we have the champion in the Welsh pony section in front of the judge in the in-hand ring. And the Welsh ponies, often known as the section B, should not exceed 13 hands. The Welsh pony has a general description of the section A within the stud book, but a section B pony shall be described as a riding pony with riding action, adequate bone and substance, hardiness, and with pony character.
Fel y gwelwch chi gyfeillion, mae beirniad yr adran Bencampwr wedi gorffen, wedi edrych yn pob un ohonynt i judge in the written championship, has looked at all of them individually, and I'm sure she has a good idea where the championship is going, and we will wait to see. And the Section C championship today goes to Danwood Llywelyn. The winner of the Section C takes the written championship here at the Royal Welsh number 1390, Danwood Llywelyn, owned by Linda Atkinson and ridden by Hannah Atkinson. Llawdriniadau mawr I chi. And in reserve, we have number 1573, Wellpack Don Giovanni, bred by G. Didden and owned and ridden by Zara Owen, the winner of the middleweight class here on the Monday.
And lastly, and last but not least, we should say, in front of the judge in the in-hand ring is the champion Welsh mountain pony, known as the Section A within our stud book. So this is the smallest of the Welsh sections, with the Welsh mountain pony not exceeding 12 hands. The Welsh mountain pony is a hardy and spirited animal, and the main characteristics are being very pony-like, but with many significant different features.
We'd also like to thank the sponsors of the Royal Welsh Ridden Horse Champion, Kiernan Steel Wales, diolch yn fawr iawn i chi, and we have in the ring Frank Keenan, the director. Diolch yn fawr iawn i chi wir am noddi cystadleuaeth yma. Ni'n gwerthfawrogi eich nawdd yn fawr iawn. Felly, rydyn ni symud ymlaen, ni'n gwybod pwy yw pencampwr a is-pencampwr yr ceffylau. Dan gyfrwy, we now know who the champion and reserve of the ridden section is at the Royal Welsh 2024 show. And indeed, all the hands have also been judged by Mr. Newbrough. So for your information, what Mr. Newbrough will be doing, he will be selecting six of these exhibits to come forward. Following the selection of six, you will be taking it down to this top two. So when they start pulling forward, they are not pulling forward the champion, they are pulling the top six, in his opinion, forward for further consideration. So first coming forward is the Palomino in hand champion, coming forward in the top six. Heavy Dydyn Heed also coming forward. We have the winner of the in-hand, the in-hand Parkbridge Championship judged here this morning. We also have the Hunter Breeding Champion stepping forward, and there will be another three coming forward before he then selects down to the final two. Also coming forward, we have the Section C Champion and the Section A Champion. So these are the ones that Mr. Newbrough feels are his top six before he takes it down to two. However, ladies and gentlemen, in the ridden side of the ring, the presentations have been undertaken. Diolch yn fawr in Norway. Thank you, Frank Keenan, for your sponsorship of this section. We greatly appreciate it. Diolch yn fawr iawn i chi am hynny. Ni gwerthfawrogi fe yn fawr iawn. We'd also like to thank the judge for the section here today. I'm sure she's enjoyed the judging. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for the Supreme Ridden Champion of the 2024 Royal Welsh Show. And it goes to the Section C Champion, judged here on the Monday morning, number 1390, Danwood, Llywelyn. Owned by Linda Atkinson and ridden by Hannah Atkinson. Followed by the Reserve Supreme Ridden, the winner also on the Monday of the Hunter class, which was Wellpack Don Giovanni, number 1573, ridden by and owned by Zara Owen. Felly mae'r cynnwrf wedi gorffen fyna, a ni symud yn ôl i'r gystadleuaeth mewn llaw. I'd like to thank Vicky Heswood very much for the judging of the Ridden Supreme. I do hope you've enjoyed judging here this afternoon. I'm sure you're very pleased with the exhibits that you've had in front of you. And the champion there was awarded £250 on the Royal Welsh Award, and the reserve receives the 100. So, rydyn ni nawr yn edrych ar pwy fydd bencampwr mewn llawn Sioe Frenhinol Cymru a pwy fydd yn ennill rownd gymhwyso prif bencampwriaeth Sioe Ceffyl y Flwyddyn teulu'r prize. So we now awaiting who will take the Horse of the Year Prize Family Supreme in-hand qualifier as well as the Royal Welsh in-hand championship. Pwy fydd yn mynd â hi? As Mr. Newbrough walks the line, an experienced judge, reading Irish drafts and still breeding, as 3 broodmares and foals at home at the moment, even though he is well into his 80s. Felly, pwy fydd yn mynd ar wobr a pwy fydd yn cymhwyso i fynd I sioe ceffyl y flwyddyn yn hwyrach yn y flwyddyn eleni. So as we await our in-hand Royal Welsh Champion and the prize qualifier champion, that will go on to compete for the Supreme show. Also forward, I see we have the Welsh Cup. There are 2 coming forward. We have the winner, the champion of the Welsh Parpet section. And indeed, in Section A, that was Jill, but also won the Thomas Whiteley Welsh Championship. She takes the reserve, I believe. Llongyfarchiadau felly i'r unigolyn a'r ceffyl fydd yn mynd ymlaen I gynrychioli y sioe frenhinol i'r sioe ceffyl y flwyddyn. The champion is Hillock's Moonlight Flit, owned and bred by Karen Hill. The section was judged here today by Mr. Andrew Phillips. We thank Mr. Newborough very much for his judging, and we have in the ring the sponsors. This is Kath and Peter Bowdler, who are sponsoring this section, and as they greet the judge here in the ring. A llongyfarchiadau mawr felly hefyd i'r Merlin sydd wedi ennill yr is-meicymwriaeth mewn llaw yma, sef enillydd yr adran A y Merlin. Mr. Newborough, have you enjoyed judging here at the Royal Welsh and the qualifier?
Absolutely, I couldn't have enjoyed myself better, and I want to thank the Royal Welsh Agricultural Society for inviting me to do this prestigious championship. Diolch yn fawr.
Wel, diolch yn fawr I chi hefyd. Give a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And you're pleased with your exhibit. You're very pleased with what you had in front of you.
Absolutely, I had a ring full of wonderful animals. You know, they were all champions quite rightly in their own right, and it was a very, very difficult decision. But we've got 2 tied, and both, in my opinion, magnificent animals.
Well, thank you very much for coming down from Lincolnshire all the way to the Welsh for judging for us. Much appreciated, Mr. Newborough. Thank you very, very much. And being presented by Ms. Kath Bowdler, we have at the moment Crumwell Blue Lucy, the winner of the Section A Championship, owned by Catherine Owen. Felly, ar ôl cerddyn y syniad yma, ni symud ymlaen I prif bencampwriaeth ceffyl y sioe, we'll be moving on to the Supreme Horse of the Royal Welsh 2024. We will be calling back the ridden and the in-hand, and also the driving champion that was judged here yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Royal Welsh Hand Champion and points right highest point higher, Hillocks Moonlight Flick, followed by the reserve, the Section A champion, Cromwell Blue Lucy, llawelliadau mawr i'r ddau honno. Felly, ni symud ymlaen yn gyflym nawr i prif pencampwriaeth gyda ceffyl y sioe 2024. Felly, symudwn ni ymlaen. A beirniad yma i Mr Richard Johnson o Brydfa Twyford yn o Loegr, and the Royal Welsh Supreme Horse Champion. Eligible to compete, we have the Champion and Reserve in hand, the Champion and Reserve Ridden exhibit, and the Champion and Reserve Driving exhibit. Felly, dyma ni'n aros ar gyfer prif pencampwriaeth y sioe. Felly, dyma ni symud ymlaen i brif pencampwriaeth y sioe. And we welcome our judge, Mr Richard Johnson, OBE, of Twyford in Herefordshire. A very familiar name and face. He's a Herefordshire-born man and is the second most prolific winning jockey in history of the National Hunt Racing. Twice the winner of the Cheltenham Gold Cup, Looks Like Trouble in 2000 and Native River in 2018. Richard went on to ride 22 Cheltenham Festival winners in a career that spanned 27 years. He was crowned champion jump jockey on 4 occasions and a runner-up on 17 occasions, 16 to Sir A.P. McCoy OBE. He has ridden more than 100 winners every season from 1996 to 7. Croeso mawr felly yma, very warm welcome to you, Mr Richard Johnson, as he has 3,800 wins, 23 Cheltenham Festival winners and 2 Gold Cups. We have a very worthy judge